Anifax here. The Proud Family is one of the most memorable and cultural Disney Channel animated series of the early 2000s. Children growing up in this period of time may have enjoyed the gags, animation techniques, and humorous moments the show provided. However, after you take a deeper look, you may find a lot of cultural references, social stereotypes, and many hidden truths that highlights how we may view one another or society as a whole. Today, I'll be going over some educational points and references in episode 14, Love Thy Neighbor. For the entire episode, go check it out on Disney platforms for the show in its entirety. The episode starts off with Penny and her family enjoying each other's company alongside the next-door neighbors. This group includes the immediate cast. La Cienega, seen mostly as Penny's nemesis, is practicing her ballet skills in front of the entire group. Right away, a few social points are made within this scene. For starters, Papi Boulevardes is usually seen with Sugar Mama. The dynamic between them is humorous. What often happens is Sugar Mama states flirtatious phrases while Papi Boulevardes insults her. Although this comes off as a complex dynamic that a lot of people enjoyed within the show. This is actually something you see in everyday life. People of different cultural backgrounds who may speak other languages may segregate themselves from a different group of people. This can be used to keep boundaries up or keep conversations confidential. The Proud Family did a good job of utilizing a dynamic in an interesting way. Another dynamic you see immediately is Oscar Proud, who is cooking on the grill with his good friend Felix. He gets into a conversation with Sticky. You see an interesting message on how adults may avoid listening or taking advice from kids due to their pride, which leads to the house burning down during the family gathering. The firefighters arrive on time, however they flood the home, which leads to Felix and his family asking to stay with the Proud Family. This doesn't sit well with Penny, but they ultimately have little to no choice because Oscar is the one who burned the house in the first place. As the families begin to integrate, you see how everyone starts to conflict with getting used to one another. Boundaries, space, and attitudes are tested. What the Proud Family does is show how placing differences aside can lead to understanding, which is taken a step further after La Cienega's insecurities are exposed. Penny realizes how much this impacts her and looks to help out. She talks to her dad about speaking with La Cienega to cheer her up, and here we get one of the final major dynamics of this episode. We see Oscar break down to La Cienega that everyone has their differences. No one person is perfect. However, instead of looking at these things that make you different as imperfections, start to look at those differences as things that make you unique. This allows La Cienega to embrace herself for who she is, and gives her the confidence to approach the next chapter of her journey with confidence. This final dynamic I want to finish on is something that shows overall through the entire episode. As you've seen, we mentioned how differences can cause segregation, how insecurities can be seen as weaknesses. But the final act of Oscar speaking with La Cienega just shows you can share your unique differences and not see them as things that hold you back. And although the humorous gags, plot points, and dynamics can be seen as tense situations, the Proud Family shows how people can still come together to support one another. As La Cienega gets her confidence back, she's right on time for the pageant show being held at her school. She puts on an aquatic act that wins her first place. After the show, Felix gets news that the Boulevardes' home is back to normal and they can head back that night. La Cienega goes back to hating Penny and playing the innocent child like usual, and the Proud Family has their home to themselves again. This was a great way to turn things back to how it was at the start of the episode, but the overall message is the same. This is implied to life. If we can look past the differences and see them as strengths, what do you think can be obtained? Make sure to subscribe and comment on other episodes from popular series you may want broken down in terms of the author's thinking and potential educational purpose.